All right, what I'm going to show you guys how to do right now is change the engine oil on a 2008 Acura TL Type S. The manual calls for the engine to be warmed up. I had it running for like 5 minutes now. As you can see, the temperature is starting to rise. I don't want to get it too hot, so I'm going to turn it off right now. Turn it off, and we'll go outside. And you just want to be mindful that you don't burn yourself on the exhaust or any of the, like the oil pan or something when you're under there. Obviously you need a way to get out of the car safely. I got it jacked up on these quick jacks, and then I have some jack stands positioned under the actual frame of the quick jack. Just added safety measures, got lights in place, but we're gonna go around here and I'm gonna show you what I have going on. Obviously I've done much of the prep work already. Removed the tires, have my drain pan pre-positioned down there. Like I said, jack stands are pre-positioned. The wheel is off from this side, so I can have access to the filter. You can see it right there, the blue thing. Obviously you need to drain it off from the bottom. I got my creeper laid out. I got my oil right there. We'll go over that shortly. And then I got my additional tools that I'll show you what I'm gonna have, what I'm gonna use. But I've seen a lot of these videos before, and this is the actual, I got a glare, service manual for the 07 to 08 TL. This is just volume 1. As you can see, this book is pretty thick. You can get an electronic version. I like, the fact that I have a hard copy is pretty cool. So we're on this page of the engine section, engine oil replacement. So it calls for warming up the engine. It doesn't call for like normal operating temperature or anything. So as you saw on the gauge initially, it was just above the C, which is cool. And then you definitely don't want to get it to a full operating temperature because it'd be way too warm, and you risk burning yourself with the oil. So that's another consideration when you're under there. Don't let the oil get on you, or wear proper protective equipment. So warming up the engine, already did that step. I'll show you how to remove the drain bolt and the tool that I'm using to do that, to drain the engine oil. It does call for you to kind of snug it back to 37 Newton meter, or 29 foot-pounds, like I said here. So do not over tighten at the same time, because you don't want to strip that thing out. If you strip it out, then you gotta top it out, or you gotta change the oil pan. Just a bad day. Anyway, then you want to reinstall the drain bolt with a new crush washer. I have a new crush washer. I have a stack of them, so I always replace the drain plug with a new crush washer. Then you want to refill with a recommended oil, which if you're ever in doubt, it's always printed on the cap. So this is calling for SAE 5W20. So before I even throw it in there, I always hold up to the cap, hold the cap up to the jug of oil, which I'll be using this Castrol Edge high mileage SAE 5W20. So if we take it back around here, you can see it matches. Especially if you're working on multiple cars, you don't want to put the wrong viscosity oil. 5 quarts. This one is already at like 3 something. So I have 2 jugs. Break it open. I'm probably gonna go back to using genuine Honda oils, but since I have those, I'm gonna use them up, because there's no better way to dispose of them than using them and then properly disposing of them, right? So all right, so back to here. So now the capacity. So if you're just doing an oil change without the filter, you need 4.2 US quarts, or 4 liter. If you're doing the oil change including the filter, which is the preferred method, I would say, then it's going to be 4.5 US quarts, or 4.3 liter. If you're going to overhaul the engine, you need 5.3. Pretty much you're draining everything and replacing it. So we're gonna put 4.5 in there, and we'll see. We'll continue to look at that. All this step right here is pretty much using a Honda diagnostic like scan tool to reset the system. I have a scan tool, but it's not obviously not a Honda OEM tool. But I'm just gonna reset it off the dash, basically. It does talk about if you change the automatic transmission at the same time with the engine oil, select reset in the engine oil life and the ATF. But again, with the Honda diagnostic system tool there. And then it says you want to run it for 3 minutes, then check for leakage. So especially if you have like under panels and stuff, you don't want to start buttoning that up immediately after you replace the drain plug, because you want to run it for a little bit, get back under there, see if anything, start leak or anything. So so we'll run it for a little bit, see if there's any leak that we can see. And like we said, we'll reset the maintenance information display on the dash. So that's the procedure. It's like 13 steps, but really if I wasn't doing it like this, it would be not even apparent that it's that many steps, because you just blend stuff and you do stuff as you go. So we're also going to replace the engine oil filter. A special tool required, oil filter wrench. They have a number there. You can get any oil filter wrench that works, and it will do the job. Let's see. Step 2 is very critical. Inspect the filter to make sure the rubber seal is not stuck to the oil filter seating surface of the engine. So basically, after you remove the oil filter, you just want to make sure that oil gasket that's on the filter is not stuck on there. Then obviously inspect the threads and the rubber seal on the new filter. Clean the engine block of any dirt or grime or whatever on there, and then you want to apply a light coat of new engine oil to the filter rubber seal. Use filters with built-in bypass system. I don't really know how to verify that, but I'm using genuine Honda filter that I got from the dealership, so I would think that it has a built-in bypass without me having to verify it. So we'll leave that there for a second. Something I do, I add a step between 3 and 4 here, where I actually fill this partially. Especially if you're having to put it in an angle, you might want to fill it partially and not fill it to the top so you don't spill it, but fill it partially with some oil, just so when you start the engine for the first time, it's not like a dry start. It's sucking fluid, engine oil from the filter. It's just not, it's pretty much giving it a head start on the flow of oil through the engines, or the engine, singular. Install the new oil filter by hand, just so you don't have any cross-threading or anything going on. Tighten it with clockwise with the oil filter wrench, and then 3/4 turn clockwise, or tighten torque is 8.8 foot-pounds. Basically, you just want to snug it up and then give it a little bit snug. You don't want to give it too much. Let's see. What else is there? So, flip over here. So it has this these procedures. I'll leave it up there for a second so you guys can read it. But it basically has you. It talks about if 4 numbers or marks are printed around the outside of the filter, you can use a following procedure to tighten the filter. So this is like the third procedure that you could use to tighten the filter. It's not that cosmic, but I honestly didn't know of this procedure. And I'll show you the rest of it. So let me see if I can get it all in view. So there it is, all in view. So basically what it's talking about, especially on these oil OEM filter, you notice you got the same symbol right there. 1, go back this way, 2, 3, 4. But since I have not done this, I won't even be trying to do this, so which is pretty obvious. It should be pretty obvious, but that's just extra stuff that I don't need to do. But this is per the book, so if you're ever curious, and this book is really good because it goes into oil filter, feed pipe replacement. If you had this boogered up or something and you need to replace it, there you go. It's actually 4 steps. Let me try to get it all into view. Boom. Just in case you need it for some reason. Oil jet replacement, oil jet bolt. That's like getting into the weeds. Oil pump overhaul. So I really love this book. Very detailed. Can really save your bacon. Oil pressure tests. There you go. Let's see. You got so much stuff going on in here. So anyway, we're gonna replace the oil, replace the filter, and I'm gonna show you what tools I have. This is probably gonna be a 2-part video just because I don't want it to be too lengthy on one side. So basically, like I said, I've taken off the wheels already, done all the prep work. Basically what I have here on this little creeper is all the tools that I'm going to use, right? So definitely need some kind of eye protection. You don't want to like oil or anything drip in your eyes or something. I got this little pry tool just in case the filter gets stuck in here. I can like pry it out slightly to remove it. It kind of gets snug there. I got a little extension, like 2-inch extension, lock-in extension. I got a 17mm to put on the torque wrench, or the ratchet to remove the drain plug. Also got the ratchet to snag up the filter. It's a 3/4 inch ratchet, and it extends. It's probably not gonna fall out, but it extends. So that's why I grabbed that one. I got my torque wrench, 3/4 inch torque wrench set to 29 foot-pounds for the drain bolt. I got my new crush washer right here. This pliers, this Snippix pliers with this rubber cushion right here. This is to remove the oil fill cap in case it's pretty tight. I can just like put that on there and like kind of twist it without marring it. I got a long, it's actually a 12-point, but you can, a lot of people don't like 12-point, but you can do your due diligence not to round stuff off with 12-point. But it's a 17mm on one side, 14 on the next. We're gonna use a 17mm to like break it free, or we could use the ratchet and the 17mm here. But you got 2 options. And then this tool right here, this is pretty nice also. You see, basically once you get the bolt like undone, once you get the bolt undone, this has a magnetic tip. Basically, you can see it's magnetic. It's basically gonna fit on the bolt, and you're gonna be able to like twist it off, and then the oil is not gonna get on your hands or anything, or potentially burn you because it's warm or something. So, and then paper towel stuff does get messy. I got this little light that rotates, so I can position it where I want, just for better view. Some paper towels. I got some Teletowel wet wipes there. So that's basically all I should need to get this job done. And this is like literally having everything you need. And obviously I have this creeper, as you can see, tool creeper. It gets under the car, keeps everything I need, and I can just slide it back and forth, boom, easily. So I'm gonna have to go under, I mean, I'll have to go under maybe 1 or 2 times, but I'll at least have everything and be able to roll out of view. Obviously your oil drain pan there, make sure the the thing is open, positioned properly. Yeah, so that should be it. Once I, in fact, to get the engine oil going, let me try if I can remove this. There we go. So I'll basically pop to remove the cap right now. And just kind of leave it on there slightly. And I just want the air to get in there so it drains it better. You got your dipstick here. You can pull that out slightly if you wanted to, just as a reminder or something to put oil back in there. A lot of people talk about putting their oil cap on the right here, so if you go to shut your hood to go drive off, it won't shut, and you realize that, okay, something is wrong, I don't have oil in there. So, but you run the risk of also breaking it. But I guess it would be cheaper to break it and run your engine without oil. But yeah, that's the procedure. The engine is still warm. So we're gonna end this video here. End it here, and then actually show you the procedures that we use to accomplish this. This is still warm, so it's good. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. Obviously, before you get out of the car, give it a shake. Make sure it stays still sturdy, you know. But yeah, I got any here, so I get that I need there. Get this camera positioned, and yeah, show you the thing. Boom.